Hey, welcome to my channel Dela-Connect. Today I have with me Edward and Jossy. We're going to ask them some few questions about their learning experience on campus. So I'll start with Edward. Edward, how was your learning experience in Legon?
Legon has this competitive environment that you should always be ready to succumb to anything that comes your way. And you should also not just succumb to, but then also master how to overcome whatever comes your way. So my learning experience in Legon was a bit challenging initially, especially being a fresher in school, level 100, coming from high school. There's that kind of different environment. And I had friends who were around me, so I always made sure I was studying with a friend. So that really helped me.
Oh, I see. So you always learn with friends?
Yes, I was
more or less like group discussion.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
So do you learn immediately after class, or you pack your notes to the end of the semester when I is coming, or when you know that thing? How was it
So
for you?
there were the ancestors and the legends and things. Yeah, some semesters we tried to be legends or ancestors. So we push the notes.
Wait, what do you mean by ancestors and legends? Tell us.
So there are groups of those who study, let's say, ahead of the paper.
Okay.
So weeks before the paper, they actually start studying from beginning of the semester. Then there are also those who study from revision week.
Okay.
Then there are those who study hours to a paper. So they do midnight, they bend the midnight candle. Then so I used to do that sometimes. But then a lot of times I used to prepare with my friends, as I said. So after class, maybe in the evenings, we meet up, then we discuss whatever we've done during the day or something that someone didn't get. We discuss it and go and make sure that everyone has a fair knowledge or a fair idea about it.
Wow, I see. So, Josie, how are you managing your time as a student?
Okay, managing my time as in with studies.
Yes, we study. Saying, okay. Can you give us a typical day? What time do you wake up in the morning? Let's assume you have 7:30 class in the morning.
Okay.
What time will you wake up? What time will you go to class? What time will you eat? And how will you manage the time going to library to learn in the evening till night? Give us a typical day, how you were able to manage the time.
Okay, so on my timetable, I had a schedule of the classes I'll be having during the week. So let's say I have a class, or I'll have a class on Monday.
Yeah, 7:30.
7:30. I'll make sure I have to wake up as early as 6 a.m. But take my breakfast and all that. So I was very close to campus, so it wasn't that difficult for me.
Oh, okay.
I do get to class early, and right after class, I just go through what we've learned, and if I would go to the study room.
Just a minute. You mean that just after the class, you go through what you just learned?
Yes.
What about before the class? Do you revise before the class? You don't revise the old notes? I see. Okay, so it simply means that it's important you learn your note after the class. In my last video, I was sharing that there are some students who, during revision time, they read their notes, they're asking themselves if I'm the one who truly wrote this note. So they will see the T, they'll be wondering if it's T or it is A. They are now thinking what exactly it is. But it's good for you telling us that a minute after the class, you have to revise. Yes, again, so which library were you learning?
I wasn't the library study type.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to do bed study. So I just lie on my bed and study, or we had desks in our rooms, so I used to study in my room. Yeah, I wasn't the type to go to the library unless I have a research, something to do. I wasn't going to the library.
Then you are sharp.
At all.
Because some of us on the bed days I was sleeping. And I know most of my viewers know that on the bed is all I was sleeping. I see. What about Josie? Which library, which learning room?
I use the study room.
Okay. What about BAM Library, 24-hour reading room?
I've been there just once. Yes, and I remember I had a pending exam. So yes, that one was one of the ancestor stories.
Okay.
We had a paper that I was nowhere near ready for that paper.
Okay.
And a friend of mine, Savona, she asked me to come to the 24-hour reading room that she was there. So that was my first and my last time there, and I crammed everything that evening and went to pour on the paper.
But wait,
Yeah.
will you advise students?
Mhm.
Think you are done with first degree now.
Yeah.
Will you advise level 100 students to wait till the exam before they learn?
It's not for the weak. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Okay.
Why? Because there's also pressure, and there's the chance you'd skip certain things that may actually be really vital, may be vital to the answers that you provide. So I won't advise that anyone does that last minute study. Rather, read from time to time, read your notes from time to time, and be abreast with your notes. That way, when you are writing, especially when you are doing essays, you have a fair idea. If not a fair idea, you have a really good standing about whatever you are writing. So it's better you read ahead or you prepare ahead of your paper. Don't do the last minute.
Great. Thank you, Edward. So, Josie, any advice?
Yeah.
For our level 100s who are now in school, level 200, 300s who are struggling with studies, what advice you have to tell them?
What I would say is you should take your studies very serious, and you shouldn't compile your lesson notes or slides or anything you have to read your learning materials down
Articles.
till it's time for exams or revision. So you can study right after your lectures, or you can have a timetable for studies during the week or even on weekends. So it's not proper to compile everything down. Wait till you have exams before you start studying. Because I did that in level 100, and it was when I came to the university, I thought, oh, you could study anytime you want. I did that in level 100, and it didn't help me at all. But since I started studying when I got to 300, I saw some improvement in my grades than when I came to level 100.
Great. Thank you, Josie. Edward, any recommendation and advice?
Yes. Make the most of university. Yes. Don't let chances pass you by. If you have the chance to be an exchange student, to go outside, take that opportunity, go outside. If you have internship opportunities, do them. And another thing, get to know your lecturers. Let them be close to them. Let them mentor you. Because I've realized that a lot of students do not have mentors in school, and they just go through the system. Then they come out with numerous problems. Some of them even don't graduate. But if you have a lecturer who is a mentor for you, and he's able to tell you that, check up on you and check that you've done the things, you should be safe. Then also read the school regulations. Ask questions in class too, but then read the school regulations, because a lot of times we just select courses and go through the system without having any idea about how the school runs. So get to know the school regulations and be a good student. All the best.
Thank you so much, Edward and Josie. It's
Thank
nice
you for having
you.
us.
So my viewers will come back again. This time around, we have a lot of videos for you. And you see, it's good when people share practical examples, experiences about what they've gone through in university. And all we seek to do is to give you the best for your stay on campus, to be the best. You know how to learn best, you know what works for you, and you come up with a good grade. Thank you. Subscribe and stay with us.
Bye-bye.